agencies scramble to replace depleting aid stocks as regional sanctions start to kick in. A group of women and their children rush towards an emergency feeding center in the town of Guidan-Romji, southern Niger. File, Finbar O'Reilly, Reuters. Published on 8 August 2023. 8 August 2023. Niger's military coup is disrupting humanitarian efforts by the United Nations as border and airspace closures threaten to cut off supplies of medicine and food, says a UN official. UN aid agencies are scrambling to replenish depleting stocks just as regional sanctions potentially increase the number of people in need, its humanitarian chief in Niger, Louise Aubin, warned on Tuesday. Keep reading. List of 3 items. List 1 of 3. Niger coup complicates routes for European airlines across Africa. List 2 of 3. U.S. diplomat visits Niger to meet coup leaders, push for Bazoum's release. List 3 of 3. ECOWAS calls for second emergency summit to discuss Niger coup. End of list. The risk is that we start running out of assistance materials to be able to help out people. I'm talking about simple things that are so life-saving, Aubin told Reuters news agency, listing food, vaccines and cash as areas of concern. Some people will soon be feeling the pinch of this, more than the 4.3 million people we had planned on supporting through emergency humanitarian assistance. We might see that number growing and growing fast. On Monday, UN humanitarian chief Martin Griffiths said he was very concerned about the situation in Niger and urged the international community to do everything to help those in need. Sign up for Al Jazeera Week in the Middle East. Catch up on our coverage of the region, all in one place. Sign up. By signing up, you agree to our privacy policy. Any humanitarian cutbacks could have devastating impacts in Niger, which has one of highest rates of child mortality in the world and where rural communities have been hit by a deadly rebellion. Aubin said flights operated within Niger by the United Nations Humanitarian Air Service, UNHAS, had been disrupted but not suspended by the coup leader's decision to close its airspace in response to the West African regional bloc's threat of possible military intervention. But that and the closure of land borders under sanctions imposed by the bloc, the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, means the outlook for replenishing stocks in Niger is uncertain, she said. There are no flights coming in at the moment. So that is becoming an issue, Aubin said. Being able to mobilize food means obviously being able to bring in food from the outside. It was not immediately possible to determine how long stocks of food products or vaccines would last, but these are quickly depleted because these are regular operations to be able to reach people in need, she cautioned. UN agencies in Niger, including the World Food Programme, the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, and the United Nations Population Fund, UNFPA, are contingency planning to keep operations on track despite the looming shortages. Military intervention looming. Niger's military rulers have warned its citizens to be prepared for challenging weeks and months ahead as the government vows to defend itself against